students, now we are going to see your fourth poem, Ulysses, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson, part 4. In the previous videos, we had seen about Ulysses, a Greek hero who decides to renounce his kingdom in favor of his son Telemachus, so that he can set sail in search of new lands and adventures. In the second half of the poem, Ulysses addresses his sailors. He makes a welcome call to his sailors and urges them to gather at the port. There, a ship is ready to set sail. In the past, they have worked with him. They have gladly accepted joys and sorrows. Now, we can get into the poem lines from 51 to 70. Death closes all, but something ere the end, some work of noble note may yet be done, not unbecoming men that strove with gods. The light begin to twinkle from the rocks, the long day wanes, the slow moon climbs, the deep moans round with many voices. Death closes all. Ulysses says that he knows that they are old and weak. Death closes all. Death is end to all. One cannot escape from death. But before the end, before the death comes to him, he wants to do something, achieve something great, which can overweigh his previous achievements. Some work of noble note may yet be done. He wants to achieve before his death. He believes that he can do great things. Not unbecoming men that strove with gods. Not unbecoming men. He says that he remembers the days where they had fought along with the gods in the Trojan War. He says to his mariners not to forget that they have fought along with the gods, and they are the same persons who are now going for an adventure. The lights begin to twinkle from the rocks, which means it is getting night and stars are coming out. The long day wanes, the slow moon climbs, the deep moans round with many voices. The long day wanes, it is sunset, the slow moon climbs, the moon has just emerged. The deep moans round with many voices. It seems he is thinking about his own death as well. It reminds people mourning for death. Even though the daytime is over, Ulysses is bent on undertaking the voyage. Ulysses knows that death is end to all. One cannot escape from death. He remembers the days he had fought along with gods in the Trojan War. He motivates the sailors, the mariners, not to forget those days that they have fought along with gods, and they are the same person now going for an adventure. He says that lights begin to twinkle from the rocks, which means that it is getting night and the stars are coming out. Thus, through these lines, he inculcates confidence among the old warriors to get them ready for the fresh knowledge and adventure. Now to the next line. Come, my friends, it is not too late to seek a newer world. Push off and sitting well in order smite the surrounding furrows, for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset and the baths of all the western stars until I die. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down. It may be we shall touch the happy isles and see the great Achilles whom we knew. Come, my friends, it is not too late to seek a newer world. Ulysses addresses his mariners that it is never too late to go on for a adventure to seek a new world. Push off and sitting well in order smite the surrounding furrows, which means he encourages them to go fast by slashing the waves and make furrows with their oars. For my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset. For my purpose. What is his purpose? His purpose is to travel in search of a new world. For my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset. He says that they must reach that new world, maybe the another world beyond the sunset, and the baths of all the western stars until I die. Here, baths means that Greeks believed about the outer ocean, that is our river which is surrounded the earth. It is called as baths of all the western stars. Here western stars, where the stars descended into the baths until I die. Ulysses realizes that he and his companions might die, but he is okay with that. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down. Here he says that gulfs or whirlpools in sea may devour them, they may die. It may be we shall touch the happy isles. Another way that is that they will reach the beyond the horizon, and they may reach the island of blessed, that is Greek's paradise, and see the great Achilles whom we knew. In that happy isles, in the Greek paradise, they can meet the Greek heroes like Achilles, the co-warrior in the Trojan War, whom they had all the warriors who are presently sailing knew Achilles. They can meet Achilles. Ulysses engulfs in praising his old warriors and infuses in them a new spirit, saying, "It is not too late to get to a newer world." He encourages them to go fast by slashing the waves with their oars. He quotes the destiny and shows the target to be achieved through their journey to his journey mates. He inspires them to reach beyond the sunset or maybe the another world. He refers baths which are in the views of Ulysses where stars sink when they are set. It refers to the outer ocean or river that the Greeks believed surrounded the earth. They thought the stars descended into that baths. Ulysses begins to think about the outcome of the journey in two ways. In his words to the mariners, it is clear that he has a destination. He says that the whirlpools in seas may devour them. Another way is that they may reach the happy isles, which can be assumed as Greek heaven. There he has an ambition to meet his co-warrior in the war of Trojan, the great Greek hero Achilles. All the warriors who are presently sailing knew Achilles very well. Now we move to the last 5 lines of the poem. Though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in olden days moved earth and heaven, that which we are. One equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Ulysses motivates the sailors that they are united by their undying spirit of adventure. Though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in olden days, he admits the passage of time. Now they all have become old and weak physically, but their spirit is young and they are bold. We are not now that strength which in olden days moved earth and heaven. Once they have moved earth and heaven, so they can once again set sail to seek adventure in the distant hands. They are the same person with the same mental strength. They are bold. That which we are bold. One equal temper of heroic hearts. These guys are a team with one heartbeat. Made weak by time and fate, but strong in will. They are old and broken due to old age, but they still have that strong willpower and seek out face challenges without giving up, to strive, to seek, to find and not to yield. Our will is to strive is strong. Our will to strive is strong. He calls his mariners to seek true knowledge and strive to lead a meaningful life. They should try hard and seek true knowledge without giving up. Ulysses says that now he and his soldiers are not strong. They have their old age with feeble bodies. Once they had shaken the heaven and earth and fought against the will of gods in the wars, but now they have no strength as earlier. He resumes his flashback that the warriors fought as a single heartbeat and never turned back. Later, he agrees that they are as they are, and time and fate has taken their strength and vigor, but still they are strong in their will, even though they are not as strong as earlier physically. We are strong because of our will to strive, or our will to strive is strong. He affirms that they are to strive, to seek, and to find, and not to yield.